Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome to the next chapter of Jason's story in Scarlet Hollow, episode 3 at Cornish Let's Play. They are just about, it seems, to go on the ghost hunt, so you'll pick up there in a moment. Quick answers for some people who have been inquiring about the nature of the thumbnail that I've been using for this particular series. That particular scene is acquired in episode 1, like the first day. If you play episode 1 and you're playing, in my case I was playing a hot female character who had the hot trait. If you stayed a night with Stella and you've been flirting with her beforehand, in my experience that's what I did. I had been flirting with her beforehand, I stayed the night, and there's a particular hot option which basically says, does it have to end right now, or something to that regard, when they offer to go to bed, and you end up sharing a bed with her in that particular scene, which I believe leads to interesting stuff in episode 2, if I recall correctly. But we will get back to that later. Let us dive right into the game, shall we? We pick up in the main lobby of the library. We've just been talking about ditchlings. If Sylvia's right, says Stella, we're only going to see more of them as time goes on. We can't let them get in the way of things, she says. Where this is the ditchlings that we saw outside at the end of the last episode. This whole town is one big supernatural death trap. First mine to chocolate ghost last night. Last night was weird. I don't know what we saw. There's nothing unexplainable about a mine collapse. Okay, let's just be straight up honest. Jason isn't like an idiot, so the stuff going on is clearly like weird and supernatural in origin. So he's not going to go stuff like gas leaks or anything like that. He's not literally going to try and like gaslight people. This whole town is one big supernatural trap. Rose mined with chocolate ghost last night. Let's go with that one because he did see weird things. Rose mined with chocolate ghost last night, Jason says. After all my fruitless ghost hunts, I basically convinced myself that ghosts weren't real, says Stella. But last night we saw some really convincing evidence. Especially those figures you mentioned. Though I'm still 50-50 on whether they were cryptids or ghosts, she adds. Hopefully whatever happens tonight will help clear that up. Kanika looks at you. I can't wait to wander for Oscar's house for a few uneventful hours before getting Rosalina tucked into bed. I could use a nice quiet night after everything we went through. Avery nods. That would be too bad. I was kind of hoping to see ghosts. Maybe it will be a happy medium between no ghosts and deadly spirits of vengeance. A Casper situation might be nice. Oscar shakes his head. I envy your pessimism. Yeah, but I suppose it won't be long until we get to the bottom of things. Zan, who was one of the teenagers from last night, walks in. Yo, don't rush off ghostbusting without Zan. No way I was going to forget your promise, Stella. Zan, glad you could make it. I was confronted with my own mortality for the first time yesterday, so I'm desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind, chuckles the teenager. Now let's go mess with some ghosts. I hope my house is big enough for 6 ghost hunters at once. If this is everyone, we can go ahead and... That's everyone, mutters Stella sharply. Oh, Kanika sharply. Wait, what about Tabby? Adds Stella. What about her? She's not here. Let's get started, mutters Kanika. I guess she can catch up to us once she gets here, mutters the other woman. Well, if you're all itching to get started, it's through the back, follow me, says the librarian. You and your companions grab some equipment from Stella's carefully stashed bug-out bags. We're heading towards the junction connecting Oscar's house with the library. You had to remember this used to be the town hall, so that would have been the mayor's house on the back attached to it. I suppose the town hall would have probably been the mayor's house as well. It's interesting, you get a number of different design choices. Sometimes you have the mayor's house will be the house of the mayor that he lives in, or sometimes it will be like this in this instance, like attached to another property where the mayor basically lives, and he uses the hall to basically, the mayor's hall or mayor's house to basically just do business in and have like receptions and informal events. Looks like the sun has almost set, says Oscar. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been back inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. As Stella goes for the door, a voice calls out, "Hey, it's Rosalina." "You don't think you're doing this without me, did you?" she says. "Rosalina, I thought you were at Alex's place," says Oscar. "Sorry, Mr. Gutierrez. She's really convincing," says the other teenager. "Oh, hi Zan, what's up?" "Yup," says the other teenager. You don't have to leave me out of stuff like this anymore, Dad. I'm not some fragile thing that needs protecting," says his daughter. "I can handle seeing ghosts or whatever it is that's keeping us out of our house." "I really don't think you want to see what's in there, Rosalina. I don't know if you'll ever be able to feel safe in a house again if you knew it was there." So, we have a couple of options. Got to go with the keen-eyed one. Let's go with that one. I mean, Zane's coming. It's not like tonight is an adult-only event. He's got a good point, Mr. G. Yeah, I don't want to be coddled just because you're scared. Alex and I can handle this. Yeah, we can totally handle this, mutters the other girl. Oscar does not look convinced. Okay, I'm sorry, Rosalina. Just let me know if it gets too much and you want to leave, okay? Thanks, Dad. Now let's get our house back. You all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls. Stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. Keen-eye, aside from the painting on the floor, this living room feels too normal, too human to be haunted. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, says Oscar, but that could be non-supernatural. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture, says Stella. But I'll still set up a camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. You might want to save your cameras for Rosalina's room, says Oscar. That's where I've seen the ghost manifest. It's just down the hall. Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open. And in walks your cousin, Tabitha. Hold it, you're not taking my cousin along on any more of your little hijinks without me, she says. Tabby, says Stella. I can't believe you had the audacity to give me a slip earlier today, Jason, says Tabitha. After I explicitly asked you not to, at least you did me the courtesy of letting me know exactly where you'd be tonight, so I didn't have to waste my time looking for you. Great, she made it, muttered Kanika. Well, Jason, you really brought the whole gang together today, laughed Stella. I have every right to be here, Kanika. My family built this place, you know, says your cousin. Yeah, I know, we all know. Jason, what made you think inviting her was a good idea, mutters the other woman. She's my cousin. She just wants to make sure I don't get hurt. What? I like her, we're friends. I'm just placating her. I mean, for all of Tabitha's issues, she does care about us and she is our family. She wants to make sure I don't get hurt. Let's go with... See, my cousin. No, she just wants to make sure that I don't get hurt. Let's just go with that one. Yeah. She just wants to make sure I don't get hurt, says Jason. Yeah, I'm looking out for my cousin. If you're all going to drag Jason into dangerous situations every night, you'll have to deal with having a sap around. Got it? Kanika just looks at you. Okay, sure. The mine was definitely dangerous, but a haunted house? Come on, this is one of those least dangerous things someone can do. It's basically a slumber party. I don't know. I don't know, Kanika, says Stella. I usually don't see much action out in the woods, and you know Jason and I both wound up in a pretty hairy situation Monday night. I don't think we can rule out the possibility of grave danger. Exactly. I'm not underestimating how much danger Jason can find himself in, even while walking through a perfectly normal house, adds your cousin. Sounds like we're in for an interesting night, mutters Oscar. I'm glad I didn't stay in the same town with... Sorry, Avery says, I'm glad I didn't stay in the same town with people I went to high school with. No wonder small towns have so much drama. I wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around, mutters Oscar. Oscar suddenly stops. Wait, is it just me, or does it suddenly feel colder? It sure does, mutters Stella. I definitely feel that. Shame. I've got chills, adds Avery. Temperature gun says it's actually a couple of degrees colder, but that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than other parts of the house, says Kanika. Yeah, but suddenly a room temperature suddenly drop by several degrees is all of a sudden is pretty unusual. Unless you're in a really cold climate and someone leaves a window open. Zane, whoa, a genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a picture for posterity. Is that it? This isn't very scary, says Rosalina. Wait, Rosalina. If the ghost... wait, Rosalina, let's see this. Your powerful build. Let's go with powerful build. Let's go with that option. No, let's go with exploit first, because explore adds more options of dialogue. Wait, Rosalina, if the ghost multi manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? I've only seen the stains, says Rosalina. Dad made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. I wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up a shop in the library. Even if there is something back there, I'm not scared of it, says Rosalina. I'm mad at it. You're all so brave, says Alexis. So says Alex. I'd be terrified sleeping somewhere that might have a ghost. Let's go with the power build option. The ghost is just scared because I'm here. It knows it doesn't stand a chance. You try to reassure them. I didn't realize muscles were supposed to be some sort of paranormal deterrent, says Tabitha. If they are, you're Jason, laughs Stella. Maybe it's chill. Maybe it's chill, says Zane. I know if I were a ghost, I would be mad chill. If you saw what I've seen, says Oscar, I don't think you'd be saying that. That's an interesting point, says Stella. Though, what if ghosts use the R-friendly and they're only terrified because they don't know how to do anything else? Yeah, like, I know if I was a ghost, I'd just vibe. But what if my vibes were bad and I didn't know it? I started to think of the possibilities, says the teenager. What did you rope me into, Jason? Muttered Tabitha. Okay, sighs Oscar. Takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. That feeling again. Like the mines, like the door to the clinic. A dusty, suffocating, dizzying feeling. Something is in this house. Though, whatever it is, whether it's a ghost or something worse, you aren't sure. That explains the state. If you guys cast your minds back to the end of episode 1, where you go through the cut screen at the end of the first episode, there is a room with what looks like to be a blood-stain on the floor. This is the room. And that was interesting. I thought it had something to do with Reese, to be honest. Or some other kind of event, but apparently it was linked to this event. Interesting. Whoa, says Stella. She steps down on the stain. Let's hide it for a second, so we can see what we're looking at. There's the stain as he steps down, kneels down to look at it with Gretchen. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Yeesh, says Tabitha. That's going to be tough to scrub. Doesn't the county own this house? Do they know about the damaged carpet? Kanika looks around. Looks stunned at this comment. Have you seen your house? She says. I don't see how that's relevant, says Tabitha. weird. I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count, and it just keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad, says Rosalina. Can't we just cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping here. Maybe we have to scrub it out first, says Avery. Could be that the paranormal stuff will activate if we give it a reason to. Good idea, says Stella. I've never heard of a bleach active ghost before, says your cousin. Don't use bleach to clean carpets, Tabitha, mutters Kanika. Whatever. How was I supposed to know that? Not everybody gets to learn how to clean things. If you're all offering a free carpet cleaning, be my guest, mutters Oscar. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? It's probably just the rusty pipe leaking through the floor, or you saw you scrubbed it out. Ghost blood. Let's go with the reasonable option, the logical suggestion. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? Jason says. In a house owned by the government, says Oscar. Nope, I'm not messing with their carpets. I'd rather scrub ghost blood out of the carpet every day than have the government take me to court for destroying their property. Don't worry, says Tabitha. I'm sure they'll just take you to court for neglect instead. Did it not occur to you that there could be a leaky pipe under the floor? I hate to agree with Tabitha on anything, says Kanika, but some kind of structural damage does seem likely. Tearing up the carpet doesn't seem like such a bad idea. Plus, there might be something written under there, in blood, chuckles Stella. Only one way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. Oh dear, mutters Oscar. You're doing the government a favour, really, reassures Kanika. There is our sweetened, beloved potato helping alongside. Gretchen, there you go, Gretchen. Avery just holds up the camera. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hat. The floor around it is stained reddish brown. Keen eye. There's a broken seal around its edges. Whoever carpeted over this hat didn't want anyone going down there. Okay, so there's a broken seal around its edges. So something was sealed in here. Something sealed that trap door. And now the seal has been broken, so something is leaking out, maybe? Alexis, what if there isn't a ghost at all? What if somebody lives down there, she mutters. Okay, says Rosalina, maybe I don't want to sleep in here anymore. Let's go Kenai, yeah. There's a broken seal around its edges. Someone didn't want us down there, says Jason. Yeah, but how long ago was it sealed up? Whoever did this has got to be long gone, right? Says Stella. There's no basement in this house, stammers Oscar. At least we weren't told about a basement. And look, all the red stuff is coming from underneath, adds Stella as he points it out. Oh yeah, this is super haunted, alright. You got a basement chock full of ghosts, I can just feel it. Still no readings though, adds Avery. None of the equipment has made a sound. Of course not, mutters Kanika. You all know last month was super rainy. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever it is under that hat. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water dissolved the chalk around the chalk around the edges and leaked through to the carpet, and it's red because North Carolina has red ass dirt. It's as simple as that. It's not mud, mutters Oscar. It's blood. Human blood. I tested it. Tabitha and Kanika speak at the same time. Well, you tested it wrong. Well, Kanika looks much more freaked out than your cousin. It's a long silence as the two realise what's just happened. Can't be blood, right? She mutters. Kanika's right. You've got a muddy floor, and that's why it's so cold in here too. There's wet dirt under the house. Congratulations, we've solved your ghost problem. No way, says Stella. There's an old hat on the floor that someone tried to seal up. We're not leaving until we know what's down there. I'm with Stella, says Rosalina. This is my room, and I need to know what's down there. Have you considered that they may have tried sealing it up because it was unsafe? States Kanika. Do you think the flooding could have made the house unstable? Says Zan. I'm all for ghost hunting, but I don't know if I could crawl into another dangerous crevasse. I'm going for it, says Stella. She pulls the hatch up, and it goes dark. You come to in Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is, and your friends are nowhere in sight. The building feels colder. There's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale, with an undercurrent of mould and earth. It makes you feel claustrophobic, as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. How did we end up back here? Where is everyone? Did we pass out again? Was there a gas leak in the basement or something, says your cousin as he comes into view. Some friend Stella turned out to be, she keeps ditching me. Is fainting some kind of weird family thing? It was the ghost. What the hell is going on? Let's go with that one. Is fainting some kind of weird family thing? Is there a genetic condition I need to be worried about, says Jason. Not that I am aware of. Nothing like this has happened before you got to town. Who knows what sort of nastiness was festering in that basement, says your cousin. Your cousin marches to the front door and opens it. Why does it look like Oscar's house is in front of us? Didn't we just leave? Stammers Tabitha. We must just be misremembering things. Let's go. No, you're right. There shouldn't be a door here. Wait, we're not done ghost hunting. What if the others are passed out in Oscar's house and somewhere deeper lurking in the library? No. Let's go with that one. No, you're right. There shouldn't be a door here, says Jason. Clearly, whatever was in the basement is messing with our heads. We just left Oscar's house. This library has to be on the other side of that door. The two of you crossed the hallway and opened the door. Okay, whoa. Something isn't right. It feels like a summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drift on the breeze. Your cousin looks wide-eyed at the scene around her. Tabitha, let's see which one we should go for. Behind the thorns. So if you guys look at the left-hand side of the screen, halfway down, you see a semicircular thorn, bramble thorn, or bramble, prot extension, and in it is a ditchling. Let's go with that. We have a number of explore options. Let's start with the top one. Tabitha, please tell me I'm not the only one seeing that scratchy shadow in the distance. You're not. What the hell is that thing? Mutters Tabitha. Am I having a stroke? Are you having a stroke? Are we both having the same stroke at the same time? She stammers. Let's go with that one. Do you see that creature behind the thorns? That's one of those bad omens Stella and I found in the woods. Ew, matters your cousin. Pinch. Yeah, if it's not cool, it's so not cool. Probably no rational person would think it was cool. Pinching your cousin isn't going to do anything to see if you're dreaming, because apparently your cousin is here as well. Let's call the cops. Yeah, let's go with that one. Let's call the cops, says Jason. I think this might be above their pay grades. I have a better idea, mutters Tabitha. Tabitha actually steps into the brush and actually taps her foot as she waits for the phone to connect. She's standing at a 45-degree angle. Doesn't look like she should be able to stand there, and yet there she is, standing there. Hey, it's... What? Says Tabitha. No, it's Tabitha. Didn't you see the caller ID? Stop interrupting me, she says. Can't you hear what I'm... Your cousin is cut off by the dial tone of a disconnected call. Great. She couldn't hear a word I said. Looks like we're on our own. There's got to be an exit somewhere, we just have to look. Suddenly music rolls past them. Wait, did you hear music? She mutters. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadow rises to attention. Stella? Stammers Tabitha. Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Says Stella. Still with a floating... my brain, I can't remember what the little pug is called now. With her little dog floating next to her. Tabitha steps back. What? Holy shit, Stella, you scared me. Gretchen, that's the dog's name. Sorry, my brain is just not firing today. Holy shit, Stella, you scared me. I thought Oscar said the county owned this place. Yeah, Stella's obviously not normal. I don't think we've clued on yet. Let's go with that one. Holy shit, Stella, you scared me. Yeah, cut it out, says Tabitha. Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwina now. I'm not a child anymore, says Stella. Edwina? Eddie? You've got to be kidding me, mutters Tabitha. Snap her out of it. Let's try with that. You grab Stella by the shoulders, attempting to shake her from her trance. But as you try to pull her soda, it's as if she's held back by invisible rope. I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone. And you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here of all places, says Stella. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what Father might do. Snap her out of it. Just keep trying. Grab Stella by the shoulders, attempting to shake her from her trance. But as you try to pull her shoulder, it's as if she's held by invisible ropes. Try harder. You pull with all your strength, digging your heels into the strange, shifting earth beneath you. You feel the invisible ropes snap, as both Stella and Gretchen are pulled out, whatever is happening. Help me, get me out of here. It's her. You can hear the ropes tighten again around her. Your physical strength is meaningless here. Oh my god, stammers Tabitha. Stella. I can't. It's not as easy for me. My brothers were sent to the Western Front, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides my father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Shut up. Shut up. Snaps to your cousin. She can't, she's clearly possessed. How do we snap her out of this? Is Stella the ghost? Have I been talking to a ghost this whole time? Let's go with she can't, she's clearly possessed. Let's go with that one. She can't, she's clearly possessed, mutters Jason. By what? Yeah, because remember there was in the stuff we looked through, like in the house and for references, there is an Edwina Scarlet in the family tree. The ghost haunts Oscar's house, obviously. Let's go with that. Edwina Scarlet, you say? Tabitha tenses. You should just get out of town while you still can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it, mutters the possessed Stella. Let her go, please. Yeah, like, we can't do anything. All we can do is probably beg. Let's try that. Let her go, please, begs Jason. She is gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. Come on. We must have taken the wrong door out of the annex. We're getting out of here before anything else happens. I'm going after Stella. We have to go after Stella, yeah. We're going... Let's do that. I'm going after Stella, says Jason. Your cousin tries to yank your arm back towards the entrance, but you push forward, dragging her behind you as you move. You push forward, ignoring Tabitha's grip on your arm as you follow the path through the thick foliage. The two of you are met by a closed door instead of... the two of you are met by a closed door standing in the middle of the garden's greenery. That's ominous, mutters Tabitha. Let's try it. Let's turn back, open the door. Yeah, he's got to open the door. You step forward and open the door. Bells ring as a cacophony rages outside. The door in front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. Okay, what do we see here then? Like, there's a mining pit covered in blood. There's ditchlings coming out of the walls. This is to do with the mine collapse. Because you can see in the back, you can see the figure being taken out on run out of town on a road on a railway iron. It's basically from the picture from the library in the first episode on Monday. Monday when you're in town, episode 1, as it were, the game, when they say that the mine collapse. No, it's the second day. It's episode 2 when they talk about the mine collapse. But that's obviously linked to this. This is when the mob turns up, apparently, to get him. Are you kidding me? Snaps Tabitha. Possessed Rosalina comes into view. Junior, pack your things quickly. Hurry. Jesus, Rosalina, you scared the shit out of me, mutters Tabitha. Alex hovers into view. Maybe we should run him out of town. Maybe we should run him out on a rail too. Make an example of the whole family. Okay. Charlie and now Junior. Yeah, let's try rushing the spirit. Is the shadowy figure in the corner directing the flow of events? The last thing you're going to do is wait to find out. You plant your feet against the ground and launch yourself in a powerful tackle. Only you don't actually go anywhere. It's suddenly as if the floor beneath you has become a treadmill. And try though you might, you find yourself comically running in place. What are you doing? Says your cousin. I'm trying to deck that ghost in the face, but it won't let me. If I can't punch the ghost, what's the point? What's the point of doing anything? If I can't, yeah, let's go. If I can't punch the ghost, what's the point? What's the point in doing anything? Let's go with that one. I'm trying to deck the ghost in the face, but it won't let me, you say. I'm not expert in ghost physics, says Tabitha, but even if it lets you move, would you really be able to do anything to it? Rosalina twists in place. Please, he's only a child. We'll leave peacefully. Just give us a little time. Alex, they were only children too. My boy was in there. Why should I give Junior here all the time in the world to gather his little toys and fancy clothes? My boy didn't have that kind of luxury. Alex mutters. Oh, mutters Tabitha. Keen eye. Let's go with that one. They see. Collapse, Junior leaving, Charlie returning. It's starting to come together, says Jason. Great, mystery solved. Can you let us go now, Ghost? Snaps Tabitha. Don't listen to him, Charlie. Just keep packing, mutters Rosalina. Looks like the others are on their way. Better hurry, boy, or you and your little dolls here might get burnt up. And as for you, lady, what makes you think you're going to be keeping any of those valuables you're packing into that fine suitcase of yours? God, this sucks. I can't imagine. Let's see what we should say. Play along. God, this sucks. I can't imagine what it must be like to be driven out of your home like this. I wonder how many of the rooms are there. Play along. Wonder how, yeah, let's go with. Oh, what would they do? God, this sucks. I can't imagine what it must be like to be driven out of your home like this. Yeah, let's go with that one. God, this sucks. I can't imagine what it must be like to be driven out of your home like this, mutters Jason. Maybe it wasn't actually this bad. Maybe it's exaggerating things, said your cousin. Trust me, boy. The coppers aren't coming here tonight. What makes you think you can talk to an adult like that? Maybe they should have had you working in the mines too, instead of lazing around this big house, says Alex. Maybe you would have learned a thing or two about respecting your elders. Don't talk to my son like that, snaps the possessed Rosalina. Don't talk to me like that, woman. I call the shots. Now get out, unless you want to go up in flames with all your precious jewels and expensive dresses. You're lucky I'm even letting you leave. Have you figured out what's going on yet? I'm at a wit's end. Have you figured? Well, it's obviously something to do with the ghost. Just from looking at it, from what we can see, we are living through the experiences of this Charlie. So maybe it's that Charlie is the ghost, and yeah, maybe Charlie is the ghost, and we're living through his experiences in some way. Let's go with that one. People keep talking to us. Who are we supposed to be, you say? We're being called Charlie twice now. We're probably supposed to be the same person we were in the last room. So we've got to be playing the ghost, right? Yeah, like Tabitha says. Back when it was alive. This must be right after the Shaw mine collapse in 1918. It's okay, Charlie. You can make new ones, even better than these, mutters Rosalina. It's good for him. Shouldn't be playing with dolls anyway. Now you're gonna have to earn your keep just like the rest of us, boy. No more big inheritance for you, says Alex. Alex and Rosalina are whisked away, leaving you and Tabitha in the empty room. The ghost has vanished. Yeah, and I think this is going to be a good place to leave it today, folks. As Jason and his cousin stand in a twisted mockery of the past, as an angry mob bangs on the doors outside. Oh yeah, look, you can see there's a puppet. Puppets. I wonder if we're the puppets in this tale. We shall see. I've been Cornish-knight. This has been Scarlet Hollow episode 3, a Cornish Let's Play, and I shall see you all again next time. Goodbye, folks.